Hi guys, welcome to Improve My Golf, and today's a brand new series all about me improving my golf swing for the Euro Pro Tour this season. And I get a lot of nice comments about how good the swing is, but for me personally it's not quite functioning every single time. So like all of us, we need to try to improve different aspects of the swing, and what we've got today, we've got flight scope set up, and we're going to use flight scope to get some kind of more detailed stats about my swing. So we'll be able to look at swing path, I'll be able to look at club face, and also angle of attack as well, because there are three key areas in my swing which kind of create my bad shot. Now, my bad shot, technically it's a hook, call it an overdraw. We don't want to label it as a hook. I don't like that word. So it's a bit of an overdraw. Everything generally will miss to the left, particularly when I start to hit the longer irons. And also if I try to maybe hit a 3/4 iron shot, my hands then get a little bit too fast, probably coming too much from the inside, and the club face rotates through impact and the ball kind of starts at the target and then moves quite a little bit from right to left. So they're the kind of key areas that I'm looking at to try and improve my swing today. And I'm going to give you a few shots whereby I would try to, well, I'm not actually trying to work on anything, show you anything I'm working on, so you can see the kind of the before stats. I have been working on this a little bit obviously before filming, and I've been trying to get my swing path a little bit straighter. At the moment, what you'll see in a second is around about 8 to 12 degrees from the inside on an average shot. Now that's far too much. What we're looking for is something in and around about 1 or 2. So I've been working a few different aspects of the swing to try and straighten out the swing path. Club face is generally okay, because I don't hit it offline massively too often. So club face is not such a huge issue, but the swing path really is. So we're going to try to straighten out the swing path. We're going to work on a couple of key areas that I'm going to show you that I'm working on. And also your feedback as well is always good, so please do leave some comments below. But right now we're going to hit a few shots and I'm going to show you a few different swing path stats. Okay, so as you can see, club face generally is pretty good. I hit 2 or 3 shots too far left, and the last couple were really nice actually. Good flights, relatively straight. Club face angles 0.6 and 4.3, so not too bad. But what you will see are huge numbers from in to out with the swing play, and that is something I am going to be working really hard on. I've kind of resorted back to an older swing that I've just kind of had over the past, probably last season, and I've already been working on trying to get that swing path a lot straighter. What you will see from my videos is certainly on the takeaway, I tend to get the club out here on the outside, and as I go up to the top I hinge, and as I start to come back down I then drop it back on the inside, so it creates quite a big loop from into out at the top of the backswing to then create the into out path. I then get the lower body really fast through impact, and you'll always see my right foot off the ground, my right heel quite a long way off the ground, my hips have spun out towards the target, the club stuck behind my body, and then as I come through impact I've always had to rescue it with the hands. So there are 3 really big swing faults, but over time I have managed to kind of get them to work together, and that's where I think I've got relatively consistent. If I put myself at a standard of golf, I generally shoot anything between 2 under and 3 over, something like that. I've always kind of put myself in that bracket. What I need to do now is unlock that 5-shot bracket and go lower. So maybe worst case scenario 1 over, but I can get to 4 under or 5 under even. If you've been watching the Pitch It Closer series, you'll see that I am obviously working on that aspect of my game as well. But this is an aspect that will cost me shots. No matter how good my short game is, if I'm missing greens too often, then I can't rely. My short game is not going to get me up and down every single time. So I need to hit more fairways. I need to hit more greens in regulation. Distance really isn't an issue, I don't think. I look to hit an 8-iron around about 165. 9-iron will be that 155 club. Pitching wedge around about 140, 145, and then kind of going up to 6-iron, I kind of get it from around about 190, 195, and the 7-iron in between about 175 to 180. So distance-wise is not an issue. Controlling and consistency of control is massive. So what I'm going to be working on, as I take the club away, I've always wanted to try and get the toe of the club pointing up on the takeaway, because I tend to get everything a little bit too hooded and on the outside of the line. So I'm going to allow my forearms along with my shoulders and my chest as I come away from the ball to get this club straight on the way back. That is massive for me, because now the club goes up through my right bicep as opposed to up through my head, basically, or my collarbone on a good swing. So I'm trying to make sure that the club's rotating straight and it's going a little bit more on plane. So I'm trying to get the shaft of the club up through my right bicep. Then on the way back down, the idea is to come back through the bicep, but the right foot now is going to stay a lot more static. That means my hips can't quite rotate as fast or as early as normal. I am obviously intending on getting to an impact position where my hips are nicely cleared, but I don't need to be in a position where my hips are so cleared. Okay, so I don't want to get that club stuck. Effectively, I'm trying to swing as I take my setup, my hands start in front of my chest, and I'm trying to swing with the hands more in front of my body throughout the whole swing. That will straighten up swing path. Okay, so first things first, we're going to start to do a couple of drills on making sure takeaway is consistent. And I don't go straight into this and hit full shots straight away. I go into this and I just hit a couple of half shots, whereby I just take the club away to there, small rotation to around about 9 o'clock, and just hit the ball away. Obviously, strike is going to be hampered, but hopefully what I'm going to see from Flight Scope is that the numbers start to decrease. If they don't, then I will be looking at the numbers trying to get the club on the way down straight to 3 impact. And what you'll see here, I've got 2 alignment sticks, which I'm going to bring in closer to the ball. There we go, and they're my train tracks. I don't want to come from the inside, I want to come as straight as possible. So to me, I think that's quite a lot on the inside. Flight Scope's not always going to pick these up, because if I catch them heavy, the sound of the ground doesn't help. 11 degrees. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to have the swing thought now. As I come back into the ball, I have the swing thought that I'm actually going to cut across it. Keeping the same takeaway position. As I come back down, I've got to rotate, get the club on the outside of the ball. That felt better. Two degrees. Okay, so that's where we want to feel. To me, I feel like I cut across that about 20 degrees. So that's the feeling I've got to try and get. 2 degrees was absolutely perfect. So we get the takeaway, rotate to the top, better on the way through. Obviously still trying to keep the club face relatively straight. That was a decent strike. Club felt like it came through straighter. And all I'm doing at the moment is just working on one aspect of the swing. I'm really just working on kind of 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. If I can get the takeaway here nice and straight, rotate with the club feeling like it's coming from the outside, then I'm going to be laughing. Let's try a couple more. I think I've got that locked in. It's something I've been working on anyway, so I'm going to now step up and we're going to work on the angle of the club coming into the ball, making sure the lower body doesn't spin out of the shots. Right, so we're going to take this takeaway up to the top, keeping the hands in front of the body on the way down, right foot staying planted. That felt pretty good actually. Came through with a bit of speed, a bit of power as well on the way through. 1 degree, 1.2 degrees from in to out, 0.9 degrees with club face. That's good. That is good. Okay, so we've got the takeaway. Going to rotate. Going to keep the hands in front of the body on the way down, and we're going to keep this right foot planted. Again, not bad. Tiny draw up in the air. Hoping my stats will be quite small on that one. 1.5 into out and 1 degree left with club face. So pretty good again. Happy with those. Numbers have got to stay low. Feels so weird. One thing I do see as well from teaching is people will do a couple of practice swings, a couple of practice shots, and then within 4 or 5 shots just start going full speed again. Your body will always go back to what is natural at full speed until that movement feels a little bit more sensible, a little bit more realistic and comfortable. If I went straight back to full speed now, you will see that flight scope, I'll try and do the same swings. You will see now that flight scope has to give me quite a few degrees on the inside. It's not ingrained. So until you've got a movement ingrained, we've got to be really patient. You've got to be really, about 12 degrees. We've got to be really, really patient with the changes that you're going to make. This makes practicing pretty boring, to be honest. It's not the most exciting thing in the world because you're not crunching down on all these shots. You're just kind of taking it really easy into a position, preset the club up to the top, cut across, keep the right foot down. Now I'm starting to ingrain a golf swing. Then I can start to get the distance up. Practice is massive. If you're going to go down and practice, you've got to practice well. I do loads and loads of these. That was 1 degree, that's pretty good. I do loads and loads of these preset drills. Get the club into position, up and straight through. Much more patient with my lower body, and the club's coming through a hell of a lot straighter as well. Path when I'm going nice and slow is consistently around about 1 degree, so I know I can do it. I definitely can't. I'm swinging, club head speed is 76 miles an hour. My club head speed normally with this is around about 90. So I knock it up 15 degrees, I'll probably knock it inside 15 degrees as well. So if I knock it up 15 miles per hour, club probably comes massively on the inside. So we have to be patient, okay? So take away, up, cut across, right foot down, nice strike, oh, little fade. And we should get some decent readings from flight scope as well. Flight scope likes me, 3 degrees, happy with that, really, really happy with 3 degrees. So guys, this is going to be the first of a new series. I'm going to be looking at my stats. So we started at 12 degrees from in to out with an 8-iron, okay? So you can imagine that my bad shots with the driver get a little bit toey, get a little bit low, get a little bit hooky, coming far too shallow. So I'm working really, really hard on my long game as well as my short game. So please do stay tuned to this series. We're going to do 6 videos on this, on me trying to improve my swing. So I've got 6 videos to try and get that full speed swing of 90 miles per hour from 12 degrees down to anything inside 3 consistently. Okay, so guys, please do stay tuned. Loads more to come. Pitch It Closer is also now on YouTube as well, so please do check out those series of me trying to improve my pitching, and we'll see you again very soon.